Welcome to The Explainer. You know that feeling, that split-second panic when you click a link you probably shouldn't have, or just that general worry about who's got your data online? Well, today we are pulling back the curtain on the hidden threat that causes all that anxiety, malware. And we're going to break it all down using the official guide from the real experts, the National Institute of Standards and Technology. You probably know them as NIST.
I mean, it sounds like something straight out of a spy movie, right? But this isn't fiction. This hidden enemy could literally be working against you on your own devices as we speak. And yeah, it has a name, malware.
So let's get one thing straight. Malware isn't just some annoying pop-up. No, it's built from the ground up to be a digital burglar, or a spy, operating deep inside your most personal devices. And to figure out how we can possibly stop it, we really need to understand how it got to be this way in the first place.
Okay, to get a handle on how to fight this stuff, we first have to look at how it's evolved. Because, trust me, this is not your parents' computer virus anymore. The whole game has changed. The threat has morphed from, a simple little pest into a seriously sophisticated weapon.
And what's really wild is how much malware has, changed its personality. I mean, the old school stuff, it was loud, it was obvious, it pretty much screamed, hey, you're infected. But today's malware, it's the total opposite. It's like a ghost in the machine, right? Designed to be super stealthy, just quietly collecting information and spreading slowly. Sometimes even tailored for one specific person or organization.
Yeah, we're not talking about random viruses here. These are long-term, super-targeted campaigns, and they have a name, Advanced Persistent Threats, or APTs. Seriously, think of it like a digital siege. An attacker could be inside a network for months, even years, causing all sorts of damage before anyone even knows they're there. So how in the world do you defend against an enemy that's so quiet?
Well, let's talk about our first layer of protection. This is where it all begins. And surprise, it starts with you.
And listen, this part is so important. NIST makes it crystal clear. You can't just buy some software and call it a day. Technology alone is not enough. It's only one piece of the puzzle. Your awareness, the choices you make, that is a critical, absolutely active part of the defense.
Which brings us to the basics, right? Your digital street smarts. These 4 simple habits are honestly your best defense. It's stuff like really looking at those weird emails before you click anything, or steering clear of those strange, flashy pop-up windows. And for goodness sake, never, ever turn off your security tools like Antivirus. And finally, just be smart about what you download and where you get it.
Okay, look, if you only do one technical thing after watching this, please, let it be this. Update your software. Seriously, those updates and patches, they're not just for cool new features. Mostly, they are fixing the exact security holes that malware is built to wiggle through. An out-of-date device, that's not just a risk, it's a wide open door. All right, so we've got our own awareness dialed in, but what about the tech side of things? What should we actually have running? Well, the best strategy is what we call a layered defense. It's basically a whole toolkit of programs that work together. Think of it like building a digital fortress with a bunch of different walls.
And this is a perfect example of what experts call defense in depth. The whole idea is that no single tool is perfect, so you need layers. For example, you've got your firewall. That's like the main fortress walls, controlling all the traffic coming in and going out. Then you've got stuff like content filtering, which is kind of like a mailroom inspector, checking every email and website for anything sketchy. And if something new and unknown still manages to get in, that's where something really cool called sandboxing comes in. It basically puts that new program in a secure playpen to see what it does before it can touch anything important.
Yeah, let's just hang on sandboxing for a second, because it's a really clever idea. Just picture a digital quarantine zone. You can take any new or untrusted program, drop it in there, and let it run wild. You get to see exactly what it tries to do, but it's totally isolated, so there's zero chance it can mess with the rest of your system. Pretty smart, right?
But what happens when something gets through anyway? I mean, despite all our best efforts, a digital burglar might just slip past the guards. It happens. And when it does, the pros have a playbook ready to go.
And this is a really important dose of reality from the experts. Nobody expects prevention to be 100% perfect. Defenses will get breached sometimes, and that is precisely why having a solid plan for what to do after an incident isn't just a nice to have, it is an absolute must.
So, when an attack actually happens, the experts don't just run around panicking. They follow a very clear 4-phase cycle to manage the whole crisis. This isn't about making stuff up on the fly. It's all about following a proven process.
What this structured approach does is turn total chaos into something you can actually manage. You prepare ahead of time, you find the breach and figure out what's going on. Then you stop the spread, get rid of the malware, and get your systems back online. And maybe most importantly, you figure out what went wrong so you can learn from it and be stronger next time. It's this constant loop of getting better.
Okay, so let's tie all this together. We've seen how the threats have evolved and what the game plan is for fighting back. So what are the biggest things you should be thinking about right now?
Really, the key takeaway is this. There's no single magic bullet for good digital security. It's not one thing. It's a powerful defense that's really built from three essential parts. First, your vigilance. You are the front line. Second, keeping everything up to date to close those security holes. And third, using those layers of protection so you're not just relying on one tool to save you.
You know, this is a constant cat and mouse game. The attackers get smarter, the defenders build better walls, and the threats just keep evolving. But that's why staying informed and staying prepared is truly our best strategy for whatever comes next. That's all for this explainer.